will be able to sweeten your disposition." The flames in the hearth reflected in Lady Gelsa's eyes, giving Aurora the shivers. The predatory gleam reminded her too much of her uncle and his hobby. She flinched, hearing the screams that often came from the bowels of the castle inside her head. One side of her aunt's mouth curved up, her enjoyment plain to see. "But then, I did not call you to me to wonder on my lord's methods, but to discuss your incompetent ways." Aurora stiffened, and raising an arm, caught the heavy brocade her aunt flung at her before it struck her in the face. As she turned the cloth over in her hands, understanding struck. God be with her. Lady Gelsa's played a cunning game. The gown was one of many her aunt had ordered her to embellish with thread and precious beads. With no talent in the art of embroidery, Aurora had given the task to Nate, one of her uncle's servants, who served her in secret. His skill with a needle was unparalleled, and the gown had been beautifully decorated when Aurora inspected his handiwork before having it delivered to Lady Gelsa. How the thread had become torn between its delivery earlier in the day and now was no great mystery. "As you can see, your skill leaves much to be desired. I am but wondering how I am to deal with your inadequacies and laziness." Lady Gelsa smirked and waved a plump hand in front of her. Her hands clenched in the cloth, Aurora stared at her aunt with rising fury, knowing Lady Gelsa relished the chance to punish her for a crime not her own. 'Twas forever the same. Same game. Same outcome, too. She knew the game well, had endured the sport from the moment she'd been forced from her home and into her uncle's keep after the death of her parents. Experience told her it wouldn't end well. Any protestation she made would fall on deaf ears, just as it had every other time. Too bad hope sprang eternal. Like a rampaging disease, it sank deep, making her believe in the impossible. No matter how bad the circumstance, she still possessed options, could still decide the path and set something better in motion. So she must at least try to avoid the inevitable, attempt to right the wrong and defend herself, all while quelling the urge to call her aunt a liar. "My lady, I know not what—" "Ah, me, perhaps. But then, here is my lord," her aunt murmured, tone full of anticipation. "I am certain he, in his benevolence, can put forth a suggestion." A sudden chill enveloped the chamber. Icy fingers steeped in apprehension crawled the length of her spine. She drew a shallow breath as it ghosted over the nape of her neck, freezing her from the inside out. Struggling to contain her reaction, she turned to face the man poised at the entrance of the room. The instinct to flee warred with the knowledge that she would never reach safety in time. Lord Cedric of Garrard Castle was not what one supposed a monster might look like. But in deed and demeanour he was precisely that. A vulture without mercy or conscience. Rail thin and slight of stature, he was razor-sharp in both mind and body. His cool grey eyes missed nothing, and the hawkish bend to his nose gave him the appearance of a ravenous predator, one whose rapacious response was roused by the scent and promise of those weaker than he. "Good eve, wife." One brow raised, Lord Cedric's ravening gaze settled on Aurora. "Troubles?" Aurora's teeth started to chatter. She clenched her jaw, stilling her involuntary response to the beast gliding on elegant paws into the chamber. "My lord, I am forced to deal with her incompetence once more," Lady Gelsa said, a whine in her voice. As her husband reached her, the glory of her admission sparked in the depths of her dark eyes. "'Struth, how am I to serve you well when this unskilled, disrespectful servant is dealt me?" Thin lips pursed,